It's mailbag time here on Chicago Bears Now, but first wanted to remind you guys, get subscribed to Chat Sports for all 7 rounds of the NFL Draft because we will be live for every single pick. The link is down below. It'll be in the comments, in the description. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. Live analysis and breakdown of every single pick for all 32 NFL teams. Don't miss any of our draft coverage. Let's start with Angel on today's show. Since the Falcons are wanting to trade Julio, will they be interested in Anthony Miller as part of a trade option? Julio for Anthony Miller straight up. Who says no? Everyone on the planet except for Bears fans. Anthony Miller is a throw-in, guys. Like, he's a 6th, 7th round value type. Notice how he still hadn't been traded? It's been 6 weeks now, so... I mean, I love Julio. I'm not opposed to exploring that after June 1st, because that's really the only time a trade could even happen financially from Atlanta's sake. But Anthony Miller doesn't help really in any trade. Harrison Graham's beard. If we trade for a quarterback and lose our 3rd-round pick plus future picks, which position should we prioritize in other rounds? I think 2nd round becomes almost offensive tackle no matter what. I can't say with 100% certainty, but if you trade up, get a Fields, get a Lance, then you need a tackle in round 2. Dylan Radins, who, if you draft Lance, that could make sense. He was the left tackle at North Dakota State. Maybe Samuel Cosme is still on the board. Maybe Alex Leatherwood, Liam Eichenberg. There's a lot of guys that could be in the mix at number 52, but I would say tackle, small chance at a corner maybe, but I would focus on tackle if there's some good options. Jacob Cutler, not to be confused with Smoking Jay. Harrison, you got to do a video completely chopped. I found out what chopped meant last week, Jacob. You dropped that in on us on Doge Day. Appreciate that. Hey, if the Bears trade up for Fields, you never know. I won't rule it out. Brandon LaPlante. Fields or Lance, and by the way, extend AR. Well, at this point, it's sign AR. We had to delete the extend AR movement. Shout out Ryan Pace on that one. # sign AR. Get that flowing in the comments. I'm still Justin Fields, but I'm very intrigued by Lance. I think the physical tools on this kid are impressive. He can fly around. He's got a cannon for an arm, but so does Justin Fields. You guys can decide, JF or TL. Get your votes in. But I would lean Justin Fields. I've seen him play at a high level in the Big Ten and on the biggest stage against Clemson in the national championship semifinal game this year. I would type JF, but Trey Lance, I don't have a problem there. JF, TL, get your votes in right now. Mike Bass with the super. Appreciate you guys sending the supers today. How you feel about firing Pace and hired Nagy as GM? I do think Nagy should have more input as long as this regime is together. I'm not sure, Nagy's interested in being a GM. I think he likes coaching. There's a reason he took that play calling this year. He's just addicted to it. He's a football guy, which GMs are as well. But I will say this, and we've talked about this before. Matt Nagy, his evaluation of the 2017 draft class, the top 3 guys, absolutely nailed it. I think if you're going to trade it for a quarterback, it should be a Nagy pick. Jeremy Chugs Burner, what's your gut feeling, Harrison? Will the Bears trade up for a quarterback? Gosh, my gut feeling, we'll show you the top 5 guys, obviously. You're not going to get Lawrence or Wilson. You may have your crack at one of those final 3. If you had to just put me on the spot, if I had to make a life-altering guess, I would guess no. And the reason is there's too much that's out of the Bears' control since they're all the way down at 20, right? If Atlanta or another team trades up to 4 and takes a quarterback, what are the Bears going to do? I mean, are they going to trade up to 6 and take the 5th guy? I guess it's possible, but I just, I think if it's 50-50 chances, yes or no, I would say it's like 30% yes, 70% no. I just think there's a lot of real estate to get from 20 into the top 6, top 8. If Atlanta doesn't take a quarterback, it's game on. The odds go up maybe to 40 or 50% at that point. Going into it, though, it's probably more like 20 to 30% chance. So all eyes on the Falcons and potentially who the 49ers draft at 3 as well. What should the Bears do? Type U for trade up, D for trade down, S for stay at number 20. If you were in charge, let us know. We'll make this the pinned comment on today's video. U, D, or you can type S for stay at 20. Twig TV, is there still a chance that a quarterback slides to 20? Chris Sims thinks Justin Fields is going 32, so you never know. The top 5 guys, I'll throw 3% chance one of the guys falls. If the Niners don't take Mac Jones, maybe he drifts, right? Maybe it's possible, but it just doesn't feel like it, guys. This is a good quarterback class, and teams want quarterbacks, so I'd put it at less than 5%. Steve Lekarski, maybe. McCarsick. Read a report today that New England has talks with Atlanta and Carolina. They're looking to move up and have the capital we don't have. We are going to be the ugly stepsister. You never want to be the ugly stepsister. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I think Bill Belichick might make some moves, guys. He saw 1 year without Tom Brady and was like, yeah, we got to get our guy. Cam Newton's not the long-term answer. I think they're going to be looking to move up as well. So if you're the Bears, you got to get aggressive and you got to make good offers if you're trying to get a quarterback. Let me know, how long have you been a Chicago Bears fan? How many years, how many days, how many weeks, how many months, however long it is, let me know how long you guys have been a Bears fan. Hey, maybe you've been a Bears fan for like 50 years and I just didn't know about it. So let me know, how long have you guys been a Bears fan? And if you are a diehard Bears fan, we are the channel for you. The link is on screen, youtube.com/BearsNow. Last time I checked, we were like 10 subscribers away from 25,000. We can only get there with your help. Daily videos, the latest Bears news, rumors. We do mailbags on our live shows, which are every single Tuesday. Subscribe, join us, be a part of this movement. Hey, I know sometimes it's tough being a fan of this team, but you got to be loyal and be loyal to us here on YouTube. It's youtube.com/BearsNow. Matt Mordeaux, you guys are crushing it with the supers. Really helps us out. Thank you. Most likely quarterback for the Bears in this draft. I literally, like, if I had a dart, I would just throw it. Like, I don't know. Like, most likely, it's got to be one of Mond, Mills, or Trask, if we're being completely realistic. If it's a trade-up, it kind of feels like Fields. I don't know. It's honestly a guess. I don't think anyone knows. Anyone who tells you they know is lying to you. So we're all just going to react whenever it happens. I'll say this. If it's not one of the top 5 guys, it better not happen in the first round. Otherwise, I'm going to be live on this channel having a meltdown on draft night. Ronnie Dobbs, would you draft Mac Jones in the top 10? This is a good question, and I've really gone back and forth on this. Remember a few months ago after the national title game, we were kind of on the Mac Jones hype train. Like, man, Mac Jones at 20, book it. That's going to be a sick pick for the Bears. Well, now it's like, oh, the 49ers may draft him at 3. He might go top 6, blah, blah, blah. Top 10? I mean, maybe if it's like 9 or 10, maybe you could talk me into 8 just to get ahead of Denver. You're desperate enough. I get it. But I'd much rather get him at like 12 or 13. I just think in terms of ceiling, his ceiling is a legitimate notch below the other 4 guys. And who are the other 4 guys? Lawrence, Wilson, Fields, and Lance. I think they all have much better physical tools. Now, Mac Jones, you could argue, is the most accurate quarterback in the draft and maybe the most pro-ready in year 1, but I'm looking more ceiling here if I'm Chicago. Not a guy that can consistently go 9 and 8 for me. So, yeah, top 10, that's a tough pill to swallow. Maybe I'd consider it. It'd have to depend on how much the cost ended up being. Pick a quarterback prospect. Out of these 3, let's throw Mac Jones into the mix. Type JF for Justin Fields, TL for Trey Lance, type MJ for Mac Jones. If you could pick one, go ahead and let me know who that would be. Risser Gaming, thoughts on Caleb Farley in the first round? Not completely opposed. The back thing scares me a little bit. I think he's had 2 back surgeries, which is a concern. If it's a clear best player available situation, I'm fine with it. You need another outside corner. Desmond Trufant, we'll see if he gives you something this year. I'm not convinced he will. And even if he does, it's only a 1-year situation. So not opposed. Wouldn't be my top guy, but I could see it happening. Alan Mack, our Ireland true loyal fan. Do you think the owners will hold the keys to the draft pick in the first round as a GM head coach could be on the hot seat? Guys, the way the Bears organization is built, George McCaskey's the owner. He defers to Ted Phillips. Ted Phillips defers to Ryan Pace. They are hands-off. They're not football guys. Ted Phillips is an accountant, and George McCaskey is a billionaire who just owns a football team. That's it. He doesn't know football. So this is a Pace/Nagy pick. I hope it's more Nagy this time, but we'll have to see. But the owners do not have – they don't make football decisions. Michael Kelly is linebacker a pick in this draft. Day 3, I'd like to add one. Get some depth there. Roquan's a beast. Danny Trevathan's still an above-average off-ball linebacker. After that, though, you're kind of thin. So I would like to get a guy you can develop and maybe become an LB3 type of player. It's not a priority, but I'd like to add one in maybe like the 5th or 6th round. Join us live on Thursday for round 1 of the NFL Draft, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Chicago Bears Now is one of our mini channels at Chat Sports, and Chat Sports is going to be live throughout the draft. The last 3 years, we have had the most viewed draft coverage on YouTube, and with your help, we can do that once again. Round 1, Thursday night. Rounds 2 and 3 on Friday night. And yes, we're not going anywhere on day 3 for rounds 4 through 7. You can catch every single pick, including the Bears selections, on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel. Of course, we'll have expanded coverage here on Chicago Bears Now, but don't miss any of it. youtube.com/chatsportstv. That link will be in the comments. It'll be in the description. The NFL Draft is going to be a blast. Don't miss any of our coverage. Muhammad Harrison, let's say you are Ryan Pace, if only. How much would you give Roquan next year? He's only 24, so I wouldn't be mad at a 5-6-year deal. Also love the show. Players don't like that, really. I know we just saw Patrick Mahomes, 12-year extension. But they like shorter-term deals so they can hit the market again. Now, maybe that's different for a linebacker who are dispensable. I'd give him like a 4-year deal. 4 years, $14 million per, something like that. Linebackers aren't as valuable, but I am a big fan of him. I think we'll revisit this next offseason. Lucas Eggert. What do you think of Jaycee Horn? Like him. If he's there at 20, that's tempting. Not going to lie. I think he's a good corner. I think he's maybe got a higher upside than a Patrick Surtain. Maybe. 20 overall, I'm intrigued. I wouldn't trade up for a cornerback, but if he falls to 20 and they pick him, I'm not going to be upset about it.